It was a bright, sunny day. I had... No, wait, that's not it. That's not it at all. Ah, yes. It was a dark and cool night. A cool night in the town of Anvil. I had heard that there was some human selling a residence. Now, it's true that I did have access to other places, but I needed some place to rest other than the loving arms of the Fighters Guild or the rather scarce beds of the Mages Guild. And so it was. Even though I had a castle, even though I had access to a ghostly pirate ship and a vampire's lair, that I came to Anvil in search of just a simple home. A home where I, Morous the High Elf, could relax away from the cares and concerns of necromancy. And so,
hello.
I came to find the human selling this home.
Good morning. How are you? Not bad.
And after visiting the local watering hole,
You wouldn't happen to be in the market for a home, would you?
I found
if you
him.
are, I just happen to be selling a manor located right here in Anvil.
Really? Well, I'd heard that.
For you, of course.
Why don't you take a few coins so that you know I really do
That
care
will
about
get
your
you
continued
something.
existence? And tell me about this manor.
Yes, I'm selling my grandfather's house, Benirus Manor. If you're interested, I could let you have it for a modest sum. I have to sell it soon, as I have pressing matters elsewhere. You're welcome to take a look at it. It is located across the street from the chapel. Once you buy, you get the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. That's the deal. Would you like to buy it now?
Well, 5,000? Oh, I suppose.
Excellent. Here's the key to the front door and the deed of ownership. I hope you enjoy your new home. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must attend to those pressing matters I spoke of earlier. Good day.
And so it was. An easy transaction, 5,000 gold, a key, and a simple residence in Anvil. All I had to do now was, well, explore my new home. Why? Why do you bother me, guard? Now, off we go once more. There it is. A lovely, lovely place. A bit run down, a bit strangely accessible, but nothing that can't be accomplished, even if the gate is in a rather inconvenient place. And, well, it had a backyard, someplace for Max to run and stumble to his own heart's content. If not his head's, anyway. Time to take a look inside. I've arrived at my new home in Anvil, Benirus Manor. Looks like the place may need some work, but it was a great deal and I just couldn't pass it up. I can now make myself at home. Bit dark, but we have something to help with that. A little bit of starlight, a little bit of Max, and we are ready to explore. Well, a bit ramshackle, a bit tossed and turned, and even somewhat broken, but for 5,000 gold, I suppose it's not really that bad of a deal. Something of a fixer-upper with a bit of apple and a boar meat in the cupboard, and a chandelier that has, of course, seen better days. At least someone is keeping the candles alive. And a bit of wine for the evening. A basement, outstanding, and stairs up to The bedroom. Huh. Nice. Oh, an office with a chest to store some goods. Even a dresser. More lit candles. Quite strange, really. Doesn't seem like there's been many visitors. Well, perhaps a little nap might be in order. Try out our new home. Well, that was... oh, of course. Apparently he didn't mention the additional guests. Truth be told, I was a bit worried that Max wouldn't have friends to play with. But it seems that he is making friends, as he very often does. Don't mind me, Max. You play with yours, and, well, I'll try and find someone to play with me as well. Well, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised when a human sells a home for something as slight as 5,000 gold. As it turns out, Benirus Manor is actually haunted. Well, Max, how do you feel about investigating? What is this? A scrap from Logren's diary. I found a skeletal hand next to a page from a diary. The diary makes mention of a secret room in the house that only a true-blooded Benirus can open. I'm going to need to talk to Velwyn about this. I may need to ask around town to find out where he's gone. First Sun's Dawn, Third Era 335. The people of Anvil are worms. How dare they criticize what they don't understand? I shall have my vengeance in a form they cannot possibly imagine. I shall use the souls of the departed to prolong my own life. The tome is very specific. I must have more bodies. Yes, more bodies. 11 Sun's Dawn, Third Era 335. I must protect myself from these meddlers. They shall not interfere in my designs. I have constructed a room in the basement of this manor. It is there I will enter my corporeal self. I will transcend this plane of existence. Only a true-blooded Benirus may open the portal. So if I fail, however unlikely that may be, a descendant may attempt to follow in my footsteps to carry on the true way, to make sure our secret is safe. I have harnessed the spirits of those whose bodies I have defiled to forever guard this place. 15 Sun's Dawn, 3rd Era 335. The fools think I don't hear them speaking. I can hear their rumor and innuendo. They intend to meddle in powers they can barely comprehend. They call me an old fool and shun me. The young dare each other to step one foot in my yard. I have become the stuff of old wives' tales and campfire stories. They dismiss me as an oddity, but soon they will see. When all of Anvil lies in waste around me, when their corpses litter the streets and their blood dampens the earth, only then will my true power be known and feared. Well, charming fellow, really. I suppose a bit more light, a bit more Max, and a few more guests. Well, Max, the place is lively, even if it's not at all alive. It does strike me, perhaps somewhat harder than it strikes these spirits, that swinging a mace at a ghost provides slightly less resistance than attacking smoke with a stick. Still, it's what I have, aside from Max. But, in truth, Max is a very great comfort. And honestly, he's done quite a bit better at smacking ghosts than I would have assumed. Certainly better than my silver mace. And better than my own skill. Well, a drink of healing wouldn't go amiss. Maybe Staying just out of range. The ghost spells wouldn't hurt either. Certainly not as much as it hurts being in. I do believe someone flushed the ghost, maxed. Well, at least my athletic skill increased. Time to collect the ectoplasm. Was this one here? I think it was. Alright, Max, down the stairs we go. More ectoplasm for the collection. And once more into the well-lit streets of Anvil. Again to hunt a Benirus. This time to open a portal. At the very least. Perhaps some explanations might be in order as well. Well, we'll start at his favorite watering hole. No, not you. Not you. Not you.
Well met.
You there.
I'm Wilbur, owner and proprietor of the Count's Arms. We make beds and food available to guests.
Yes,
Can I help you?
I'm looking for this fellow named Velwyn Benirus. But
Yes?
perhaps we might, well, make a bit better friends before I try and squeeze information out of you. Here, perhaps you'd like to try some pie.
Yeah, don't. That works for me.
Excellent. Now tell me about Velwyn.
As soon as you bought the place, he pretty much up and left. I hear tell he's making his way to the Imperial City.
All right, well, then I guess I'm making my way to the Imperial City as well. Ah, yes, the Imperial City. Nighttime, once more. Now, let's see. Another inn. Another chance to find Benirus. Well, I don't know that we need to bother these people. I'm sure we can find him if we try. How about this room here? Ah, well, this might take a moment or two. There we go. Now all we need to do is have a few words with Velwyn. Good morning, Velwyn.
I'm surprised to see you all the way out here in the Imperial
Are you?
City.
Let's talk about that manor,
Certainly.
shall we?
So, you think I'm responsible? I suppose you're right, as the manor used to belong to my grandfather, Lorgren Benirus. I knew there was a curse on that place, which is why I sold it to you so cheap. I suppose I should have warned you, but I had to get out of Anvil.
I see.
My family said I could move here to the Imperial City once all our loose ends were tied down. The manor was one of those loose ends. I fear my own greed got the better of my judgment. I hope you weren't hurt badly in that horrible
Just
place.
hurt, not badly.
I suppose I assumed you'd be able to lift the curse and be done with it.
Tell me about Lorgren.
Lorgren Benirus was a strange old man, always dabbling and experimenting with magic. He was mostly harmless, until the fateful day he came across a tome bearing the evil magic of necromancy.
Evil, you say?
He became obsessed and decided that by using necromancy, he could prolong his own life. The dark arts contained in the tome called for him to dig up the recently deceased in the nearby crypts under the
Convenient.
When it was discovered that he did this, the Mages Guild called for a quick meeting to decide what to do. It only took minutes to decide. Led by a young upstart named Cyrodiil, the Mages Guild stormed Benirus Manor and slew Lorgren. However, amid the chaos, his body
How do you
vanished.
lose a body?
Because of this, the people of Anvil concluded the manor must be cursed. You are are the first person to set foot inside in a long time.
Guess who's the second? It's time to lift the curse, Velwyn, and you will help me.
According to the diary entry, it seems that I'm the only one who can open the secret door in the manor. And I can't help feeling slightly guilty selling you the place under these circumstances. I'll meet you in Anvil at the council.
Yes, you will.
From there, we'll try to lift the curse together.
All right, Velwyn. Let's be about it then.
I'll see you in Anvil.
Humans. Well, let's see if there's anything at least worth our while in this room. So far, no good. Oh, well, a jade topaz ring. That will make up somewhat for all the picks it took to open this door.
Yes?
And come along, Velwyn. Ah, it was a dark and stormy day. The perfect time to meet Velwyn at the Count's Arms.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Well, Velwyn, then let's get to it.
You not to show up.
Seriously?
Are you ready to go to the manor?
Yes. Yes. Let's go.
Then let's get this over with. I don't relish the thought of spending too long inside of the manor. Follow me.
All right.
Good morning.
Okay. We'll go this way then. And pay our respects to the bushes and barrel and bucket. Apparently a tradition in these parts. Well, at least it's raining. And the thunder and lightning is conducive to things frightening. A perfect experience for the day and the task at hand. This is your best speed, is it, Velwyn? All right, then. We shall mosey down the street. If only to enjoy the storm at hand. One could not ask for better weather when dealing with a haunted house, after all. We could ask for better company, but at least we have Max. Just going to mosey on to the gate. Yes, yes, the gate. No one will be seated during the mosey to the gate sequence. Once more under the breach, dear friends, once more. Velwyn and I have arrived at Benirus Manor. I must proceed cautiously to the secret room's entrance and prevent any harm from befalling us if the curse is ever to be lifted from this place. Well, a bit of starlight, a bit of Max.
Okay, you lead from here. Hopefully we can make it to the basement without too much fighting.
I wouldn't worry about you fighting. Max, time to say hello to our guests. Well, it looks like Velwyn is being Velwyn, so I shall swing my stick at smoke, as one is wont to do. No, I've got this, Velwyn. You relax. You know, maybe see if you can put the chandelier back together. Max, be a dear. Thank you, Max. Stand back, Velwyn. Behold, Ghost, I have the high ground. Anakin fell, and so shall you. Alright. That was terribly ectoplasmic. Pardon me there, Max. Just gathering up the goo. If nothing else, then for the sake of house cleaning, a bit of Starlight, a bit of Max, and a bit more of the basement. Velwyn, how did you do that? Alright, let's see here. Well, this is actually to heal other, and I should try and remember that. Yes, that is definitely to heal others. Well, can't take me anywhere. Let's do the thing again. Temporal magic really does have its uses. Alright, a little bit of topping off some spell points. And once more into the cheap wine cellar, Velwyn. Perhaps you have some brew around as well. I'm sure Max and I would just love to share some ale, do you call it? Brewskis in the evenings. Alright, Max. Max. Oh, Max. Sometimes Max makes interesting choices. What they are exactly, I don't really know. I swear sometimes if he didn't have his head on his... Oh, well, never mind. Yes, Max, do be it here and hit the smoke. Excellent. Well, Max, our blunt skill has increased. And Belwyn is... well, Velwyn, I should say, is still Velwyn. Yes, Max, I know. The smoke in this place is terribly disagreeable. Max, something happened. I think it involves Velwyn, so it's probably not very exciting. All right. Perhaps a drink or two, rather than wasting all of our time and temporal magic on my own healing. Well, I'm trying, Velwyn. Could you...
I hope that whatever's behind the door will truly lift the curse. I'd hate to risk harm for nothing.
I hope the same thing, Velwyn. What do you say we be about it, shall we?
As soon as this opens, I'm leaving.
What a shock, Velwyn. What a shock. A bit of light, a bit of Max, and watching Velwyn fondle the wall. Velwyn successfully opened the door, apparently, to the secret room, which has stopped the ghost from attacking. He then ran off, like he does, and the wall just sort of cracked inwards. Well, nothing obviously could be wrong in there. And just a bit more Max, even though I could have sworn I wanted to heal. Well, you know, it's been that kind of day. A bit of light, a bit of Max, and a rather strange book. Well, of course, that's what I think it means, but you are free to interpret it on your own. Max, there is a skeleton here. Well, most of one, anyway. He does seem to be missing a piece or two. Not really sure what we should be doing with him, Max. No. Well, no, that didn't work either. Maybe just a good smack, no? Well, I suppose we can see what else is here. Ah, potion of healing, base ring of the north, jade ruby rings, some jewels, excellent. And 2 gold. What is it with 2 gold? It's like there's a 2 gold fairy roaming about, putting 2 coins wherever they possibly can. No, still nothing. Velwyn successfully opened the door. Yes, we know. Well, that's exciting. Tongs. Perhaps we need more tongs. And he ran off. Yes, yes, we do know that. A bit more starlight. And what we have here?
I am Lord Benirus, and I desire the chance to atone for my sin.
Of course you do.
The things I've done to the people of Anvil, the horrible, unspeakable acts I've committed, demand repentance.
And you do sound so contrite.
Cyrodiil was justified in his actions. Slaying me was the only way to stop the madness. I have accepted that fate.
Of course you have.
Now, so I may make my final peace with the Nine. Please rejoin my hand to my body. Only then, when I am complete, will this eternal nightmare end.
I see. So all I have to do is, after touching the altar, listen to your voice, hear that you wish to atone, which is obviously untrue, and go find your hand. Because hand, well, as it turns out, obviously, evil skeleton, I did see a hand when I found your note. That must have cost you, well, if not an arm and a leg, at least a hand to have left it there. Right around here. Just got to find the right way to grab it. And there we go. Down back into the bowels of the house, as it were. Past the extraordinarily cheap wine cellar. Through the portal of evil. A bit more starlight. A bit more Max. And perhaps a change in weapons to Sinweaver. And a bit of space-time.
It never fails to amuse me how easy mortal man is to manipulate.
Is that so?
You've assisted me in completing the very thing Cyrodiil and his cabal sought to prevent all those years ago. My ascension to immortality. Last time I clashed with mortals, I underestimated their power.
Yes, yes, you underestimated their power.
I shall not
You shall not what?
make that mistake twice.
Oh, that's fascinating. I've made so many mistakes.
Live again.
Max? Yes, none of that was anywhere near that funny. But thank you for playing. Well, a lich. That did not go as well as could have been expected. Ah, premonitions. Where would I be if it weren't for the space-time key and premonitions? Well, literally on fire on the floor, I imagine, but having seen our premonition, let's see if we can't quite think this through.
Never fails to amuse me.
Yes, yes, yes.
I live again.
Someone must have slipped a bit of moon sugar or skooma into his laughter, I imagine. Well, Max, we have a skeleton to deal with, and to be quite honest, Max, I think you have a lich to deal with, because, well, I'm not very good at it. Max, I really do need you. Thank you, Max. Now, if you'd be so kind, ignore the skeleton, smack the lich. Yes, like that. Excellent. You smack him, I'll smack him. I'll flee in terror. You smack him some more. Yes, you can backhand the skeleton if it makes you feel better. Lich, Max. Lich. That one right there. Yes, yes, Max. Go and smack the lich. I think he needs a lich smack, yes. Just well done, Max. Completing the skeleton was a ruse, you say. Logren rose from the dead. I had no choice but to destroy him, as if I wouldn't have done that anyway. With his destruction, yada yada yada. The house is cleansed, the light is green, the trap is clean, and Max is a happy stamp. Sorry, Max Stamp. I forgot. Bone meal? Well, you know what, I'm taking your bone meal, so there, Logren. And you hold that as well. And we will put Sinweaver down, as it has no charges, and is now just a big piece of metal. And Staff of Flame will come with us. And no new treasure. Well, one can dream. And we now, apparently, have a new home. With the same dull books. And a portal that will actually open. Huzzah! And I'm sure that Velwyn is not cowering here, but is bravely not cowering here.
I'm sorry for running away like that, but fear got the best of me.
Ah, so you were just cowering.
I'm
That's
glad
fine.
you talked me into coming with you.
Really?
Now that the curse has been lifted, I feel like I've taken care of my family's unfinished business.
Well...
Excellent work, my friend. May the manor give you many years of happiness. I'm now off to the Imperial City once more. Farewell.
Yes. Farewell, Velwyn. And so it is that we have a new home in Anvil. One that, after a little bit of work, is now devoid of necromancy, other than, of course, what we bring with us. It has a lovely balcony with a fabulous view of a dark and stormy night. I believe it's a tradition where you all come from to wish you a happy Halloween. And so I shall leave you with that. May the spirits guide you wherever it is you must go.